The naval base was buzzing. A new recruit was coming, a woman named Alara, and the whispers started immediately. Some of the old guard, a clique of seasoned officers led by the arrogant Commander Thorne, scoffed at the idea. They saw her as a diversity hire, someone to check a box, not someone who had earned her place among the elite. They decided they would make her first days a living nightmare, to prove she didn't belong. Her first day arrived. Alara stepped onto the base, her uniform crisp, her gaze steady. She was young, yes, but there was a quiet confidence about her that Thorne and his cronies mistook for naivety. They started small. During the morning briefing, Thorne accidentally skipped over her introduction, leaving her standing awkwardly. Later, during a physical training drill, one of his men accidentally tripped her, sending her sprawling onto the muddy track. Laughter echoed behind her. Alara simply got up, wiped the mud from her uniform, and finished the drill with a time that silenced them all. She never complained, never showed weakness. She just did her job with unnerving precision. The hazing escalated. They tampered with her navigation equipment during a simulated combat exercise, hoping she'd get lost and fail the mission. But Alara didn't panic. Using only the stars and her innate understanding of the sea, she navigated her vessel back to the designated coordinates, arriving ahead of schedule. Thorne was furious. How was she doing this? Every trap they set, she dismantled with ease and grace. She was outperforming them at every turn, not through aggression, but through sheer competence. Her resilience was starting to win over other members of the base, who were growing tired of Thorne's petty tyranny. The final test came during a high-stakes war game. The entire fleet's command was observing. Thorne was in charge of the main fleet, and he deliberately assigned Alara to a small, isolated patrol boat with a skeleton crew, hoping to make her a nut. He planned to sacrifice her unit as a decoy to achieve a glorious, albeit hollow, victory. He sent her into a notoriously dangerous channel, a graveyard for ships, fully expecting her to fail. But he had made a critical miscalculation. Alara knew that channel better than anyone. It was where she had cut her teeth as a young officer. As Thorne's main fleet charged headfirst into a brilliantly disguised ambush, Alara used her knowledge of the treacherous currents and hidden coves. She didn't just survive, she turned the tables. With masterful maneuvering, her small boat outflanked the enemy's main force, hitting them from behind and sowing chaos in their ranks. She single-handedly crippled their flagship, creating an opening for the rest of her fleet, the one Thorne had led into a trap to regroup and counter-attack. As the dust settled, victory was declared, but not for Thorne. The entire command had watched Alara's masterclass in naval strategy. Later that day, the highest-ranking official on the base, a grizzled old fleet admiral, called a general assembly. He stood before the entire crew, with Thorne standing nervously at attention and Alara standing quietly in the ranks. The fleet admiral cleared his throat. For weeks, some of you have seen fit to test a new recruit. You tried to break her spirit, you underestimated her. He paused, his eyes scanning the crowd before landing on Thorne. What you failed to realize, he boomed, is that you weren't hazing a recruit, you were harassing your new commanding officer? He turned to Alara. Allow me to properly introduce Admiral Alara Vance, assigned here to take my place upon my retirement next month. She requested to start as a recruit to understand this base from the ground up. A wave of shock rippled through the crowd. Thorne's face went white as a sheet. He was staring at the woman he had tried to destroy, who now held his entire career in the palm of her hand. Alara stepped forward, her expression unreadable. She looked at the stunned faces, then her eyes met Thorne's. There was no triumph in her gaze, only a quiet, powerful authority. The base had a new admiral, and everyone knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that she had earned it. Thanks for watching.